Hello, welcome to this look back at the work of CRI's video department in 2012. And today I have two of our brightest stars, Jess and Anna. Hi, welcome.
Hi, I like that introduction.
So before we begin, please give us an introduction. What show do you work on together and what's it about?
We work on two shows together. We're doing a travel show and a cooking show together.
Yeah, our travel show is what we're going to talk about today. So it's called Off the Beaten Track, and basically we go off the beaten track and find normal Chinese people and talk to them about their lives, and we try to kind of be involved a little bit in their daily life and the interesting thing that they do. We try to be involved in that too.
So you're working in China on a travel show and you're getting paid to go to different places in a country. That sounds amazing. And within all that work, you've chosen three highlights. Let's start with the first one. I believe this is a show about Beijing Opera?
Yes. Yeah, we went backstage at the Beijing Opera.
开始成为京剧演员应该说很早，是我小的时候，10岁的时候去考到这个北京戏校，然后开始学艺。我家呢，我的
Tell us a bit about how you got this story.
Peking Opera is like one of those typical traditional things that you get to see when you come here just once. And we kind of thought it would be really interesting to see it from a different perspective. So we decided to go backstage.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, just see what these people's lives are like on a daily basis, because, you know, like Anna says, usually you just rock up, you see it once for a night, and then you leave, you know, China, and that was your cultural experience. So, you know, but there's people that do this day in, day out, and that's their entire living. So we thought it would be really interesting to kind of learn a little bit about that.
And you did learn, you tried yourself. I saw you do the dance moves in the video. But I've seen Beijing Opera, and basically the actors, the singers, they don't move much. It seems pretty easy, no?
Well, you would think that, right? But the small little things they do, the small way they point or the way they hold themselves, it's actually quite difficult. Like even the way that they hold their hands. For me, doing it for like 5 minutes, it was really painful. It's not a natural position to put yourself in. So I have more respect for them now, I think.
Plus they're singing with these really loud voices and these really high tunes at the same time. So I think it must take them quite a while, you know, to get to that point that they're that professional.
Where are we, Anna? Seriously, where are we?
Now let's move on to the second story, which is about reindeer.
Oh yeah. So we went to Inner Mongolia around September time.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this place is amazing! It's awesome. What are we going to do here? Let's find some reindeers. Is that one?
And, you know, we got there, let's say, not fully prepared for how freezing cold it would be. And, I mean, for me it was quite a traumatic day because I'm scared of animals. Anything that's an animal freaks me out. So I didn't really want to get out the car when we first got there. There were 3 massive big dogs and all these reindeers, and I was like, oh god. So it was fairly traumatic for me, which I think comes across in the video.
I think for most people in TV, everyone knows the rule of thumb: never work with children or animals. There were no children, but there were certainly a lot of animals. Were there any problems? You didn't get bitten or kicked?
No, they tried to eat our equipment. They definitely, you know, and like, you're in a perfect position, just stay there. And then obviously they'll be curious, and then they see the fluffy microphone on top of your camera. So sometimes we had to like walk away, and I think Jess was eaten almost at some point.
Yeah,
but
my camera had a few reindeer slavers all over it, I think, but other than that, nothing too major.
But you took them walking like dogs, and these are big creatures. Was it difficult? Were they powerful?
No, they're super. They're super tame. Like, you know, it's like really not a big deal. Like, obviously they try to like pull back to like where they could feed themselves and stuff. But It was really easy.
I found it difficult.
Yeah, but you were being
But I didn't want to go near their mouth, so I was just pulling them by the end of the rein, which doesn't really.
You can
I
see
don't
it in the
think that really has
video.
any
She's like
effect.
as far away as possible from the reindeer, and I was like really close to it, so I had lots of control over it.
So these animals look very cute and cuddly, at least on camera, very friendly, but there's a section in the film, I have to ask a question, where the lady who lives there, who herds the reindeer, she's hanging up some meat on what looks like a washing line. Is that reindeer meat?
Yes,
Yep.
I knew it.
and it tastes good.
Oh, you ate it. I'm a vegetarian.
Yeah, but it was good.
Let's talk about the third video that you chose, that you made in 2012, and this started with a breakdown.
Our Jeep has broken down for what, the third time today? Yep. And the road is really bumpy.
Our car broke down on that day 4 times, and because it was a mission getting to this place, I think that's why personally I think this is one of our highlights of the year.
So this was really off the beaten
This
track.
was really off the beaten track. We were living up to our name. We drove for hours to get there.
But eventually you got there. Where?
Well, I don't even know where it was. Like, it's so remote that knowing that we would come, the whole village came together. Their songs are, used to communicate. They're used to teach the young people. They're used to tell about historical things. Like, it's really interesting. And so when we came, they were really overwhelmed because they were all in their traditional clothes and started singing right away.
So I'm interested in the interaction you have in your videos. You both make your videos together, and I noticed that Jess is usually the one doing the action, and Anna, you're the one usually behind the camera. Is that how it works normally? No.
No, like, I mean, I think we're like in front of the camera, both of us, but I think the roles are definitely Jess is doing the crazy stuff. Simply because she comes up with the idea and I'm like, well, I'm not doing that.
And I'm like, I want to play. Yeah. So, naturally I end up doing the more ridiculous things, I think.
Okay, so we will definitely look forward to more crazy antics across China in 2013. Guys, thanks so much for your time, really appreciate it.
Thank you.